What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video. We're back in Planet Coaster 2 in Midwest Adventure, and today we're going to be starting on a new ride, and it's going to be what I mentioned in the last episode is the Dark Water Ride. So basically, we're going to be doing this log flume, and it's going to be an indoor log flume with a complete little bit of a story and everything like that. So I suggested this kind of a little bit in the last episode, and some of you guys kind of agreed that it was a cool idea, so we're going to roll with it. And I decided to use the 2 across the wide seating log because I haven't used it before, and this I haven't really built a water ride to begin with in a dry park yet, so this will be a fun experience for all of us. And I've been itching to do another dark ride. This is going to be a very simple dark ride, nothing crazy, because this is an amusement park and there's not going to be crazy tons of theming. Now, as for the storyline goes, I guess I'm kind of rolling with the kind of a ghost theme since we have the Phantom next door. I guess this is going to be like our ghost area, I guess is kind of what I've committed to, I guess, in this section. So I decided to go with kind of like a ghost hunter kind of theme. You're going to be the ghost hunter going down this river, and basically the name of the ride is going to be Wraith River Falls. You're looking for this ghost, which is known as a wraith, and you're trying to prove its existence by getting finding evidence that it exists. So we're going to be creating some cool little scenes here and there. It's going to be really cool. This is going to be like the first little scene is going to be like this cabin scene, and I'm going to actually create like a triggered event where the door opens and you see some glowing eyes inside of the cabin to kind of give you an idea like, oh, there's something in here that is haunting, you know, something along those lines. So pretty cool. And I end up using the animated pieces to animate one of the doors, so that's kind of what I decided to go with. And I absolutely love these pieces. I love the animated piece, being able to attach scenery to these animated pieces. I hope we get more options for animations, and I'll also get maybe even some more different ones, you know, potentially in the future. But I hope they add more like animation options, as in like, if you move it one way, I was hoping that maybe you could keep it paused in that one position as well. I think that would also be a good idea. So like if I wanted to open a door, I could keep it open, you know, instead of it immediately closing back again. And that's the only main problem I've had with some of these pieces. But we go ahead and do this backdrop in the back, because then we're going to create the glowing eyes effect with these lights. And we're just going to have it dark on the inside of this cabin. That way there's something moving, and it gives, you know, a nice little build up for like the main part of the ride later on. So we have like these glowing eyes behind the door, you know, it's a pretty cool little scene. And I will say I did spend a lot of time on this first scene, more so than I thought I would. So in this episode, we don't get a whole lot done, but I feel like I'm trying to really detail these scenes up. I want them to look really, really nice, really, really cool, and everything like that. So anyways, we have some more of the scenes to build off of. So basically I build this scene, and then I build the transition scene to the next scene is basically what we get done today. So I get this first scene in, and then like the straightaway section, which is going to be coming up here in a little bit. But we also go ahead and build the entire layout for the ride as well, which is also very nice. And I'm starting to try and I want to start getting into making more realistic windows, where the windows are actually built inside the walls, so they look a little bit more realistic and real. Because that's how windows really are. They're not just attached on the outside. I mean, it would kind of work for a facade, but if that's not real, but for stuff that are real, you know, they should look more real. So I decided to use these little small pieces and freeform them to create like this little awning, and that turned out pretty good. And yeah, so we have this nice little cabin scene, and the idea is that we want to feel like we're kind of in the forest or the woods, going down this river in our boat. So that's going to be the kind of setup that we're going to have here starting the ride, is that we're looking for this paranormal activity that we've been hearing about in this river, because this river has been said to be very haunted, and we are those ghost hunters, and we're going to try and find those ghosts, right? So it was a nice little quick little theme to think of, with maybe not too much story ahead of itself, but of course the ghost will somewhat make an appearance at the end for the splashdown drop. So we are going to have one smaller kind of drop in the layout, which will be really, really nice, and we'll have our station, and I'll probably try and do some sort of indoor queue line that will work as well. So I'm absolutely loving the freeform grid, non-gridded wall pieces. I've been able to use those quite a bit now, which is pretty nice. And I want to make sure that the building looks nice from the outside as well. So we're going to decorate the parts that the guests can see, and of course make it to where the stuff that they can't see is hidden for the most part, and they're not going to be as detailed in the building. So just kind of getting an idea of what this looks like in the dark. So we went ahead and went to nighttime, because I want to see what it looks like when it's enclosed. Since we haven't gotten it fully enclosed yet, I need to get an idea of what it will look like when it is dark on the inside there. So very excited with how much the lighting improvements in Planet Coaster 2 makes me want to do dark rides a lot more often now, which is really cool to see that they've got some sort of system, and hopefully they gets a little bit fixed. If you create a very large enclosed building, the light still kind of comes through a bit, and hopefully that's something that they're looking into, and that will somewhat get fixed in a sense. So going into this transition scene, I wanted to make like a little starlight scene here with like the moon and everything. I think it would be kind of a cool, like you're going through the forest. So I have like these big logs that are kind of acting as kind of support structures at the same time. I got these big logs that are just utilizing, like there's some tall trees in this area. And I also wanted to add just some little bit of details when it came to like air conditioning / heaters and stuff like that, and just have like some on the ceiling, just have some random bits and bobs to kind of make it look more a little industrial, that stuff that you wouldn't doesn't have the spotlight and everything, but you can tell that this has definitely been like built in a big building and such like that. So that's going to be cool, and that's basically about it for the scenes that we build in today's video. And then the rest of the video is me trying to figure out a nice, compact, but yet effective layout for this as well. So I did enclose it once just to see kind of how it's going in here. I added some extra lighting just to kind of give more spotlight to the cabin area, since the lantern lights didn't really put out much light. I wanted to put some hidden lights to make it look like they did put out a little bit of light. So just some hidden lights to kind of get the scene kind of established. You can actually kind of see the cabin, and it's not like crazy dark. Now that we have dark interiors, it makes it hard to kind of see stuff. And sometimes like you actually have to put in lighting to make it work out. So I put in some of this lighting, extra lighting for the moon scene and everything like that, so we get a good look at the moon. And yeah, so this first scene is kind of looking pretty nice, and now we're gonna go into I do build a little bit more of the concrete around the raft here, or around the flume here. I kind of wanted to cover up a little bit with some concrete, because I think it will just look a little bit more realistic and nice. So that's what we do here. And then after that, we do kind of get into building a little bit of the layout, and I kind of wanted to get the layout established so we kind of know where we're going, how long of a ride we have. It's not a super long ride, but it's long enough and it works, and I didn't want to make the building too crazy big, so we did kind of go with what we have here, and you'll see in just a moment of what our layout kind of comes out to be. So after this turn, I decided to get the lift hill started, and we're gonna get up higher up, and we're gonna kind of go up and above the other track at some point to kind of get that kind of feel. And then of course we're gonna have a splashdown here, and then that will take us back into the station, which will give us a nice little layout. Again, I didn't want to take up too much space with this build, and I wanted to have it a manageable kind of sized building that is not too crazy big, but not like at the same time. We want to cram as much in as we can with this layout at the same time. So we're gonna utilize that conveyor belt lift, and it will look nice. And I did have an issue with some weird connectors, but I did end up fixing it by just rebuilding it. But yeah, that's gonna about do it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you would like to see in this dark ride later on. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe for more amazing content like this, guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos and episodes. But thanks for being here, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day and be cool tomorrow. Goodbye.